How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Amatsutsumi. In the last episode, we cleared things up with Kokoro, which I thought was going to take a little bit longer, but I guess fortunately it didn't. Not a lot of drama, I guess, here, so we are now able to move on to a proper date with Mana, which I think is what will wrap up her route, because I don't really know anything else that could come up. And I think it's been long enough for a route. So, plus I think I was informed a couple episodes ago that we are pretty close to the end of this route. And then it's Hotaru time, which I know I'm excited for. But let's get through this first. We slowly walk through the park. Perhaps because it's still earlier, there are no children around, just adults jogging and elderly people chatting on benches.
なんだか変だわ。
What is?
いつもの道だし、いつもの風景なのに、誠がデートに誘ってくれたっていうだけで、こんなにも気持ちが弾むなんて。
You and me both. The date plan Kokoro came up with was for us to make new discoveries on the same roads we take. There isn't anything particularly special about it. We're just talking as we stop by the usual spots, and yet it already feels so much more fun. I'm getting a little embarrassed though. Though Mana and I have known each other for a long time, my heart's pounding like this is the first time we've walked together. Is this what dates do to people? I'm not sure, but I'm glad Mana feels the same way. It would have been so humiliating if it were just me. We look at each other and flash bashful smiles. This really is my first date. I've been to this park a number of times already, yet I've discovered a lot of new things from this walk. Like how all the trees lining the road are all cherry blossom trees. They must be beautiful in spring.
魚。今、魚が跳ねたわ。
Really? Where? I don't see it. Mana points to a running river. There's fish in there, even though it's man-made? You're right. I wonder what it is. It's a river, so carp, maybe? Mana walks over to the fence by the riverbed and leans forward.
鯉みたいよ。
Oh, really? This place is more like untamed nature than I thought. I never would have noticed if I didn't take the time to stroll through here.
ねえ見て、たくさんいるわ。
Mana? Mana leans even further forward and carelessly reaches toward the river. Be careful. I quickly grab Mana from behind to stabilize her. You shouldn't do that, you could fall in.
そうね。軽率だったわ。
But I don't blame Mana for getting so excited. The river reminds her of the mountain streams back in the village. Then again, we used to play in them without a care in the world when we were children, so she probably would have been okay even if she fell in, but still. It sure would have been embarrassing if you fell in at your age.
わかってるわよ。
Mana replies like a child who just got scolded. Uh-oh, did I hurt her feelings?
もう、
Huh?
急に後ろから抱かれたら、ドキドキしてしまうじゃない。
Wait, that's what bothered her? But I don't think it's all that much different from how we usually hold each other, is it? Should I let go?
ダメ。
Mana grabs my own arms. Well, whatever the case, I'm just glad she's not in a bad mood.
誠からされると弱いの。
She's so cute when she pouts like that. Come on, sentence. But I think I get what she's saying. Mana's always the one making the first move on me, so it catches her off guard when it's the other way around. Guess I should start taking the initiative more often from now on. Then let's stay like this for a while. We remain as we are while we enjoy the rush of the river and the occasional leaping of koi carps. We leave the park and embark on another stroll. It sure is hot.
そうね。でも、なんとなくこの暑さにも慣れてきたわ。
She used to wear herself out all the time after it stopped snowing on her. But now that I think about it, she's been doing mostly fine recently. Perhaps the stamina she exhausted from using kotodama has returned to her.
慣れないでおこうと思った。
Huh? You mean the heat?
ええ。暑さにも、この街にも、 この街を好いている誠にも。
Mana,
だっていつかは里に帰るのだし、慣れる必要なんてない。でも今は違う。
Mana walks over to a flower bed by the roadside, Many summer flowers are in bloom there.
里には負けるけど、ここの自然好きよ。
They may have been grown artificially, but all the flowers and greenery around here is one of the town's highlights. It's not the untamed wilderness of the village, nor is it the jungle of concrete and steel of big cities. There are mountain and lakes here too, mountains, as well as flowers on the side of the road.
新しいことを知ることも悪くない。今はそう思っているわ。
I see.
いつも一緒にいたいという気持ちはずっとあるのだけれど、今は少し違うの。誠といると何かしら新しい発見があって、もっと知りたいと思うようになっているわ。誠が楽しいと思うものを一緒に、そんな時間を一緒に過ごしたい。
Mana. We hold hands again.
でもそれも最近じゃ物足りなくなっているの。
What do you mean?
そうね。例えば、あれ。
Mana points to a cake shop with a white tent illuminated by the sunlight.
心がね、ここのケーキは要注意ですって。
Warned or told? Why, are they bad?
違うわ。とっても美味しいからいくらでも食べられるってこと。
Makes sense. Oh, so that's why she warned you, so you wouldn't get fat.
そうそう。それでそんなに美味しいのかと思って誠に内緒で食べてみたの。
And how was it?
大好きになったわ。特にシトロンベール、ライムゼリーとマンゴーババロアでレアチーズを挟んだケーキなんだけど、最高に美味しいのよ。
Wow.
他にもいつも静かで読みたい漫画の最新作が売っている本屋でしょ。夕日が綺麗に見える2丁目の石畳の小道。全然知らない人の家の庭だけど井戸があってね、そこでいつもトマトやスイカが冷やされているの。全部自分の目で確かめて食べたり眺めたりして好き。つまり
You've started to enjoy finding and experiencing things on your own.
そういうこと。
Mana has started to look for things that she enjoys outside the village. Honestly, that surprises me. After all, to Mana, the village was everything. Absolute. She saw no need to learn about anything outside of it. But now, I see.
なに？おかしい？
No, I'm happy. I still don't know if this is right or not, but I think it's wonderful to be interested in so many things, because it means your world is expanding.
誠がそうだったようにね。
Exactly. I'd like to go to this cake shop you spoke so highly of.
本当？じゃあまた今度連れてってあげるわ。
Sounds good. Mana gives me a bashful grin as she faces forward and takes off again. This is nice in a way. We stop by Kokoro's favorite crepe shop on the way. Mana gets a blueberry melon cream crepe. I get a melon soda topped with vanilla ice cream. We try eating as we walk. Drinking while walking is rather difficult.
本当？あ、うん。でも美味しい。
You got that right. The characters in shoujo manga make it look so easy. They even run while doing it sometimes. It's amazing. I don't know how they do it. We suddenly come to a stop. This isn't walking and eating. Now we're just standing and eating. Mana laughs. Cicadas chirp loudly. Cool air blows through the trees as we pass through the deserted road and arrive at the shrine.
風が気持ちいい。
Mana wipes some sweat off her forehead. Here, use my handkerchief.
あら？こういうのは普通女子が用意しないといけないのに。
Getting one from a guy every now and then won't hurt. Mana is right, the breeze feels great. And the cicadas have quieted down.
この街いいところね。
Yeah, its residents are nice too.
この街に 誠と一緒にいられてよかった。
Mana?
何？
Nothing. For some reason, my heart stirred a little. Must have been my imagination. Mana takes my hand. I hold hers tightly. We just stare out at the scenery until we grow tired of it. We're not gonna visit with Kyoko? I'm sure she's here. Oh well. We tried. We returned to Origami in the evening. I'd like to think this means the date is safely concluded, but it would be insensitive to ask her how the date went. I had fun, but I'm sure Mana did too.
楽しかった。
Wow, didn't expect to hear that from her. Thank goodness. Me too, let's do another one. Mana smiles and nods. And then...
実はね、もう一つ行きたい場所があるの。
Huh?
湖。
But didn't we just pass by there on our way back? Then let's go back again.
違うの。これを見て。
Mana shows me her smartphone. The screen reads fireworks show. Huh. There's a fireworks show at the lake.
そうなの。
Where the fuck are
誠
we
と
seeing
待
that
ち合わせしてい
online?
る時に検索したら出てきて。
I had no idea.
ここに書いてあるわ。毎年この日は雨で流れていたんだけど、今年は珍しく晴れたから急遽行うみたいね。
So that's why we didn't see any flyers or ads about it.
3年ぶりみたいよ。
Wow, that is a long time to go without holding it.
私、花火がどんなものか見てみたいわ。
Me too. Fireworks, huh? I know that they're balls filled with gunpowder and explode in the night sky, or thin sticks that emit sparks at their ends used in the summer, but I've never actually seen one. Naturally, we didn't have any in the village. My knowledge of them comes from my secret stash of manga and magazines. And they have enough of them to hold a show for them? We have to see this. Huh? I got a text from Kokoro. What's it say?
急遽湖で花火大会するんだって。3年ぶりだよ。兄さんとマナちゃんのデートの締めにもってこいだよ。
That seems like too much of a coincidence that she's like now telling us about that, but okay, whatever. So even those who live here weren't aware of it. That just goes to show how much they've resigned themselves to never seeing it again.
誰から？
It's Kokoro, and she told me about the fireworks show. Sounds like she's surprised too. Mana laughs.
あとね、ここに一旦戻ってきたのには理由があるのよ。
What's that?
少女漫画に花火大会は浴衣で行こうって
Do
書
we
い
even
てあっ
have
たわ。
one here? I mean, you can't just pop one into existence, right? I see, so that's why. Wearing clothes that you're not... Oh, wait, that's right. She fucking does have one. God. Duh. What do you think they came in with, you know? Come on. What am I talking about? I haven't... How many episodes are we in here? Like, come on. Wearing clothes that you're not used to sounds exactly like the kind of thing that you'd see on a date. Then I'd like for us to do the same. Fortunately, Mana and I have our own yukata from when we left the village, so that won't pose a problem. Then we should get changed now. I'm so happy the date isn't over yet. What's more, I get to see something completely new on top of it. I'm looking forward to this. I guess that just goes to show you how much, like, I've grown to see these characters as, like, sure, they're stupid and, you know, fresh to this area, but how much they've grown to just be characters in this area, not characters from a village at times. It's not all the time, that's for sure, but yeah, I mean, for me to completely forget that, oh yeah, they've got yukatas because, duh, that's what they came in with, it really does go to show. We change into our yukatas and arrive at the lake. There's already a large crowd of people. Food stands are lined up around the lake, as well as security guards to ensure people can watch the fireworks in peace. The cars we saw during the day were those setting up for the festivals. Incidentally, Azuki-san was also so excited, seeing this event was as an opportunity to attract customers to Origami. Kokoro said that she would drop by with Hotaru to watch once she finished helping Azuki-san. I can't imagine how quickly they must have scrambled to put all this together, considering it was so last minute. Guess they really do prepare for this every year, probably to ensure there's no mass confusion or chaos. But anyway.
Huh?
You're beautiful, Mana. You really do look good in a kimono.
誠もそんな格好をしていると、里にいた頃を思い出すわ。
When we were back in the village, huh? Have our days living there really faded into naught but distant memories? I still don't know if it was good or not to leave the village and to start a new life here. But there's no greater happiness than being together with Mana like this. This was all thanks to Kokoro, Azuki-san, and Hotaru. I don't know how I'll ever pay them back, which is why I believe I should explain to Mana how everything up to this day came to be. Mana, I need to tell you something.
何かしら。
It was actually Kokoro who suggested our date. I tell Mana how I explained my feelings for her to Kokoro, how I apologized, and how Kokoro decided to support us after much consideration.
あの子は。
Mana's features mold into a knowing look as she grins wryly at Kokoro's meddling, excuse me. Did you notice how Kokoro was struggling?
そりゃ、同じ人を好きになった者同士だから。当然。でも、私が心の立場だったら、あんな笑顔になれない。デートだから、なんだか悔しい。
Huh? Why?
心には、叶わないからよ。
I'm not sure I follow.
いつか心が私を羨んだように、私も心を羨ましく思っている。
Is that what they call asking for the moon? Now I get it. She's saying that she doesn't hold a candle to Kokoro's purity, honesty, and generosity. Yeah, I'm no different.
感謝しなくちゃね。
Mana looks up at the sky. The fireworks haven't been launched yet. Mana's wide eyes reflect the canopy of stars above, looking moist as though she were crying. We're grateful for Kokoro's empathy.
でも、これですっきりしたわ。よかった。誠は、本当はまだ迷っているんじゃないかって思ってた。
Well, in this route, we have Mana.
ありがとう、誠。
I'm sorry for worrying you.
うん。
I pull something I've been planning to give Mana for a while out. Whoa, hold on. Back up a second. You can't just whip this shit out. There was nothing prepared here. Mana, I swear I will only love you for the rest of my days.
誠。
I show her a small square box that I hid up my sleeve. Where the
Nani?
fuck is this coming from, man? I open the lid. Inside sits a plain ring. Mana stares at it with surprise and wonder. This ring is a symbol of my unwavering love for you. Outside the village, it's custom to give a ring to the one that you've pledged your eternal love to, in other words, your fiancé. So I'm giving this to you. Truth be told, I wanted to get her one of those pricey diamond rings, but this was the best I could manage. I wanted to give her a physical symbol of my love for her. So I went through hell and back until I managed to obtain this ring. I take the ring out of the box and slid it onto Mana's left ring finger. Oh wow, what perfect timing, huh? A sound loud enough to rumble the pit of my stomach booms all around us. Sparks run through the dark night sky, blooming into a multicolored flower. The spectators start cheering. A few seconds later, the flower scatters with a crackling noise. Another great boom soon follows. A flower, like a round, I am not really sure how to pronounce that one, blossoms in the sky. Nothing like a good old fireworks show in a visual novel or a route or something. Or anime in general. They're always nice to just tie things in. So these are fireworks.
すごい。綺麗。
The air continues to roar with the blooming of flowers. So bombastic, so fleeting. The inexplicable loneliness that follows after they give off their final shine. These are fireworks? How elegant. Well, there you go. Look at that right there. Look at that. Hold on. That is some fucking thumbnail material right there. Mana holds her ring up to the sky. A firework bursts past her hand.
嬉しい。ありがとう、誠。
Thank you for accepting it, Mana. Mana's eyes dampen again as she looks at the ring, excuse me. No, maybe the fireworks. I can't tell, but they're pretty all the same. A surge of relief washes over me. I gave Mana her engagement ring. Deep down, I was a nervous wreck. I had no idea what I was going to do if she refused it. There was no way she was refusing that shit. There is no way.
私もけじめをつけないと。
Huh? Mana lowers her hand and looks me in the eye.
一度里に戻るわ。私は里を出た誠を探しにここに来て、すぐに戻るつもりだった。誠もすぐに戻ると思っていた。けれど違って一緒に住んでしまっている。一度帰らないと。
Mana.
他の里の人たちもまだあなたを探しているはずだから、もうその必要はないことを伝えるわ。それとその人たちに誠が里の外で生活することを認めさせる必要もある。
Then I'll come with you and help.
ダメよ。そんなことをすれば言霊を使って誠が説得されてしまうわ。里にとどまるようにね。
She's right. With my kotodama being as weak as it is, it would be a cinch for those more skilled to use it on me. But I'm worried about you going back alone.
大丈夫。誰も私のことは騙せないわ。私には言霊と誠への思いがある。だから。
Mana gives me her most serious look yet.
必ず戻ってくるから待っていて。
She isn't using kotodama. She's imploring me with her own words. So this is what caused the unease that stirred my heart earlier. We can't keep ignoring the village forever. Mana left in order to bring me back, so she'd have to return someday. The reality I wanted to deny, or wanted to forget, is now staring me in the face. I doubt I can change her mind now that it's made up. As she said, she can't just tell them nothing. That'll just make things worse. If any of the other villagers find us, they'll probably use kotodama on us without hearing us out. And that is why Mana's going back, to set things straight. For the both of us. Alright. Promise you'll come back, Mana. I love you.
私も一生誠だけを愛するわ。
Mana and I kiss as the night sky bursts around us. We savor it for as long as possible. Switch those words around, developers or whoever. Knowing the moment they part will signal our temporary separation. God damn, the issues in this fucking translation at times, man. Like, they're so simple, but they bug me. Oh, credits. Perfect. I love credits. Gives me time to, talk. I feel indifferent about this one, guys. I really do. I've been thinking about it for a bit. But this one is, it's a hard pill to swallow because, as I said in the beginning, I kind of liked how Mana was becoming more, I guess, approachable and interesting. And then all that shit went down where we were kind of trapped in her kotodama curse. And then, I don't know, like it just kind of didn't get better, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little bitch, but I wasn't oh god damn it. There's always something to censor over there, isn't there? I'm pretty sure that's something I'm gonna have to censor. Maybe I should just put a big ass black box over that over the sliding imagery and just not even worry about it. I don't know, like there were times like even in this like route that we just did that it's like, okay, Mana's pretty alright, but then I'm always going back to like, I get it. The relationship that the two of them had was pre-established and, that's kind of how things were, fiance or whatever. And then, oh yeah, feelings, haha, that has to be, applied for a relationship. I don't know. There's kind of a lot of moving parts with this one. And it just made things annoying. I don't know how I can rank her character, to be totally honest, but it's back there with Kokoro. Honestly, at times, I feel like one is better than the other, so I would say that they're pretty tied. Let's just call it that. I think that's reasonable. I don't know. I'm always down for for a big titted waifu to really enjoy, but it's just there's something about her that's like I don't know. How do you guys feel? Because I feel like an asshole, like not really giving her the benefit of the doubt at times. Her backstory was pretty interesting. The reveal and how that whole situation with her was resolved, and how we almost died. That was super cool. I will admit that was a really big highlight across the entirety of this game. But past that, whew, I just don't know. I just do not know. But yeah, I would like to hear your guys' thoughts, because it's a little bit of a weird one, that's for sure. Thank you, Purple Software. Thank you. Thank you for being the color purple. Damn, my dog is making some grunts. Maybe he doesn't like it when I talk. That's unfortunate, really. All right, what's our epilogue? We always have a pretty good sized epilogue. A morning like every other begins. My classmates are excitedly talking about games and what was on TV yesterday. I glance at the seat next to me amidst all that. There's no trace of the woman I love to be found there. No one pays any heed to the empty seat. No one knows about the girl who's supposed to be there.
何やってんだ?
Koichi gives me an inquisitive glance. It's only then I realize I'm touching the adjacent desk. Nothing, just thinking.
時々変なことしてるな、お前。元気もないみたいだけど、大丈夫か?
Yeah, I'm the picture of health.
なんだそれ?
Koichi smiles wryly at my unexpected answer. He shakes his head with exasperation at my attitude and gives the desk next to me an intrigued look.
お前の隣の席って、なんでずっと空席なんだろうな?
Good question. I wouldn't know.
それとも、誰かいたんだったか? いまいちはっきりしないんだが。
Maybe we'll be getting a transfer student. The desk isn't empty because Mana was there. It's been reserved for when she comes back. For some odd reason, that's the impression I get.
誠くん、おはようございます。
Good morning, Kyoko. Kyoko gives the empty desk a fleeting glance and then heads for her own seat.
そういや、昨日のあれ、見たか? 面白かったよな。
Koichi starts talking about a TV show. I didn't see it, so I just give him some vague replies. I end up putting my hand on the desk next to me again. I think back on the last few days. When I woke up, Mana was no longer in bed with me. So she returned to the village, huh? She told me that she was going back to the village to set things straight, but she didn't say when she was leaving. She must have left in the morning, now in the middle of the night. I'll have to explain things to Azuki-san and Kokoro. But I managed to use kotodama on both of them. As such, they both forgot about Mana completely. I hurried on over to school with Kokoro after we finished downing our breakfasts with barley tea. You didn't have to wait for me, you know.
だって朝は兄さんと一緒に行きたいんだもん。
Oh, fine. But you're too slow, Kokoro. I'm going to beat you there.
待って。おや?
The girl walking ahead looks back at me. It's Hotaru. Good morning, Hotaru.
誠さん、おはようございます。あれ？ココロン、今日日直じゃなかったっけ？ホタルーン。何故まだここに？急いで走ってきたんだよ。本当に遅れちゃ。じゃ、後でね、ホタルーン。はーい、またねー。兄さんも、後でねー。
Yeah, later. Kokoro races past us through the school gates.
いわゆる遅刻というやつですか?
Because I woke up late, I told her to go on ahead so she'd make it, but she's stubborn as an ox.
なるほど。ココロンらしいですね。
Hotaru nods to herself.
マナちゃんはいないのですね。
Not today.
いえ、そういう意味ではなく、いなくなったんです。
Huh? How did you know?
今朝早く、 マナちゃんに会いました。いなくなるから、自分のことは忘れててくれって。せっかく誠さんとくっついたと思ったのに、一体何があったんですか？痴話喧嘩？
I sigh. No.
じゃあ
I explained to Hotaru what happened. How I chose Mana despite knowing how Kokoro felt, How I apologized to Kokoro. How I told Mana about that. How we swore our eternal love to each other, and then...
なるほど。けじめをつけに、誠さんたちが住んでいた里に帰ったのですね。
Yep, that's how it all went down. Hotaru nods to herself in understanding. Mana met up with you to erase your memories of her, didn't she?
ええ。でもご存知の通り、ホタルには言霊は通用しません。
Yeah.
だから、なるべく忘れる努力はしますって答えました。
Did Mana say anything?
負傷して、それでいいわって。
I see. I smile a little. That sounds like Mana alright.
事情はわかりましたが、ちょっと寂しいですね。ホタルにも言霊が聞けばいいのに。
Hotaru.
マナちゃんの存在を忘れるなんて、難しいですよ、実際。
Yeah, it is kind of rough. I mean, everybody but, yourself and one other person is on the same page. Like, it's bound to be a little annoying. I guess the feeling of being left out, I guess you could say.
今までの思い出があるんですから。
I tap Hotaru's shoulder.
でも、また必ず戻ってくるんですよね。
Yeah, she promised.
じゃあ、信じて待ちます。戻ってきたら、初めて会ったふりしなきゃ。今から練習しておきますね。
What, you mean for pretending that you've never met her?
はい。
My heart aches with yearning for Hotaru's assertions. Mana went to persuade the villagers on my behalf, so I've decided to have faith and wait for her. But I miss her all the same, and I need to be strong.
何がですか？
Nothing, just talking to myself. I said goodbye to Hotaru and reached my classroom. Apparently Mana used kotodama and everyone there, as no one paid her empty seat any heed. I questioned everyone just to be safe, but not a single person or a single one of them remembered her. So she went back to the village after making sure that everything was set for her own return here. However, it felt a little lonely being the only one who remembered her, especially after all we did here together. I looked at the desk next to mine. She used to be here, I'm sure of it. Sitting right next to me, clinging to me with a satisfied smile. A ring shone on my left ring finger. The pair to the engagement ring I gave Mana. I'll wait for you, Mana. What if that was just the end? Like there was just nothing else? I moved my hand off the desk. Koichi's chatting up a storm with his other friends. Kyoko's leafing through a book. Everything's just the way it was before Mana showed up. Mana connected with me and everyone else. Mana was always popular and the center of attention, though she only ever showed interest in me from the day she suddenly transferred in. It was never a dull moment with her around. And gradually, she grew accustomed to that atmosphere. Then the snow faded away and she began to change. She became interested in what lay outside the village. She grew to love this town. Mana, come back soon, please. When you do, have fun with everyone here again. The bell rings and the homeroom teacher enters. Everyone hastily returns to their own seats. Morning homeroom, is as languid as always. However, the teacher's final announcement catches my attention. We'll be getting a new transfer student tomorrow. The classroom is astir with mutters. My own heart dances. Could it be? Oh, I wonder. I wonder, game. Come on. Come on now. When school ends, I hastily pack up and rush out the classroom. Koichi invited me to hang out just before I left, but I turned him down naturally. A transfer student's coming in tomorrow. It has to be Mana. Mana's back. She must be waiting for me at the Oribe house. My heart dances uncontrollably as I swiftly make my way back home.
兄さん、おかえり。
After we get home and she changes into casual clothes, Mana wastes no time approaching Azuki-san after the cafe closes. Good to be back, Kokoro. Is there a visitor for me? Huh? There isn't?
兄さんの知り合い？
I think that
してないけ
previous...
ど。
Hold on. I think that previous line here, after we get home and she changes into casual... Yeah, maybe that's supposed to say Kokoro? Maybe? I don't... Oh, god damn it. Really? It's not Mana. Wait, there was somebody? Wait. Visitor? There isn't a friend of yours? No, not... Okay, okay.
兄さん、
God damn it.
大丈夫？
So the transfer student is someone else altogether. Great, now I feel like an
何か都合が
idiot
悪いの？
for jumping to conclusions. My mouse wheel, man, it's a little crazy, and so am I. No, it's nothing like that. I just wanted to see them, that's all.
近々ここにやってくるの？
That's the idea, anyway.
早く来るといいね。兄さんの知り合いなら私も会ってみたい。
Yeah, I'll be sure to introduce you to. Kokoro's words calm me down a little.
落ち込んでいる兄さんに朗報。
Hmm?
今お店にね、すっ
Oh?
ごい美人なお客さんが来てるよ。
Really now?
ちらっと見てきたら、きっと落ち込んだ気持ちも治るよ。あ、でも、ちらっと見るだけだよ。電話番号とか聞いちゃダメ。
Do I really look like a pickup artist? I stroke Kokoro's hair with a wry smile and enter the cafe. There she is. There she fucking is. It's Mana. Mana's in the cafe. She's sitting in her usual corner with her legs crossed, reading manga. God damn it.
誠、おかえり。
Mana slowly looks up. Our eyes meet and she smiles gently. Mana tries to stand up, but I run over to her before she can. I lean right over. I take the hand that she's trying to close her manga with into my own. If this is a dream, I don't want to wake up. Mana.
誠。
We race to each other and then we kiss as naturally as breathing. It's not loud or rough like it usually is. We're quiet. Oh, so quiet. Our kiss is deep and kind, each of us seeking to confirm this is reality. Mana wraps her arm around my back and stands up.
待たせたわね。誠。
She lovingly calls my name. Welcome home, Mana.
ただいま。会いたかったわ。
Me too. Her voice, her scent, her feel. My Mana is back. No doubt about it.
すべてうまくいったわ。私と誠は、ここで暮らせる。
I can't imagine just how much effort it took for her to convince them. My love for her grows even stronger with that thought. Thank you, Mana. My heart is forever yours now.
今まで以上に、私を愛して。
Of course. So I fill my voice with all the sincerity and love I can muster, turning my words into a vow. I love you, Mana.
私も、愛しているわ。
Just then,
ちょっと、誠、お客さんと何やっているの？ああ、兄さん、いくら美人のお客さんだからって抱きついちゃダメだよ。電話番号聞くよりまずいよ。
Azuki-san and Kokoro are in a frenzy. Not that I don't understand. With their memories of Mana gone, it must look like I just started hugging a random stranger out of nowhere. No wonder they're panicked. But I don't plan on letting her go. Nor do I plan to look away from her. Because Mana's my... It's alright.
何が大丈夫なの？
Her arms still around me, Mana speaks to them not with kotodama but her own words.
私は誠の彼女で、婚約者の、恋塚愛菜と言います。よろしく。
You know, I think that's a pretty good way to, like, clear that up. No more fake incest or whatever. I'm cool with it personally. I think it fits. All right, we finally got through it. Thank God, in a way. You know, just like, whew, finally.
Amatsutsumi.
All right, we need to load back in right here because now we gotta turn her down. Yeah, all that lovey-dovey, you know, beautiful shit there at the end. Yeah, fuck all that. I mean, honestly, a nice little epilogue, and it kind of captures, you know, I guess separation, like being away from the person that you want to be with really well. Especially after, you know, they finally got through everything there. But now we're going to end it. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, Mana. I don't want to confuse matters, so I start by stating my conclusion as directly as possible. I do love you too, but my love for you isn't so much romantic as it is fraternal. Over the past few days, as I came face to face with the possibility of her death, I've come to better understand my feelings toward her. I know I've never made much of a distinction between different kinds of love, and maybe there's no need to now either, but...
いいわ。それ以上は言わなくて。
She interrupts me with a smile.
確かに、そうかもしれない。お互い初めから選択の余地もなく、一番近くにいる大切な人だった。
Exactly, but I'm still happy that you were my betrothed.
私もよ。でも、それは今までの幸せということね。
She nods in understanding and then sighs softly.
残念だけど、一区切りね。仕方ないわ。
Mana, thank you. It's painful to say this to the girl who loved me enough to follow me all the way here from the village after I left. But I still have to say it. I would like to call off our engagement for the time being.
わかったわ。それがきっと、お互いのためだと、私も思う。
Honestly, with the course of events here, with everything that they just went through, like literally saving her life and like basically getting her away from that shitty ass curse, and then being like, yeah, no more engagement.
でも、織部マナとしては、まだしばらく関係を続けさせてもらうけど、それは構わない？
Of course. In fact, if you hadn't asked, I was going to ask you the same thing. I squeeze her hand again. This time it's a handshake.
私を振ったこと、後になって悔やんでも知らないわよ。
Deeply noted. She winks at me and shakes my hand in return. Sure, but even if I do regret it, I'm sure it will be a pleasant kind of regret. Nice. All right, that was pretty professional there, I think. All right, gamers. Oh my God, here we go. Finally, it's taken us so many hours, so much fucking pain and misery. Well, not really, but it's been a ride. But now we're in the real shit, I think, maybe. Oh, we're not even following Makoto right now. The night breeze forms ripples on the surface of the lake. The ripples splash softly as they break against the shore. I wait. Doing nothing, thinking of nothing, I open all my 5 senses to the elements, taking everything in. The ground still radiates the heat of the summer day that's past. The lake smells of the fish, algae, and other things that live in it. I can see the lights of cars winding their way along the road, far down the coast. Things that are alive. Things that hold their breath. Those kinds of things. I'm not averse to such things. Now comes a new sound, the sound of gravel crunching under someone's feet. Oh, it's Mana. It's very close, and they must have been quite silent as they approached. Scary.
蚊に刺されそう。
The person I'm waiting for emerges from the darkness. It's just like her to open a conversation, not with a greeting, but with a grumble.
こんばんは。マナちゃん。こんばんは。あら？何？いえいえ、なんでもないです。
She actually greeted me after all. I wonder what's changed in her.
わざわ
Quite
ざ
a few things.
私だけを夜に呼び出すなんて。何の用？最近、誠さんと一悶着あったみたいじゃないですか。事の顛末に興味があるんです。お兄ちゃん。誠から聞けばいいのに。いいじゃないですか。たまには別の方から話を聞くのも面白いし。帰りなさい。
She looks annoyed. If a little teasing was going to rile her up this much, excuse me, why did she even agree to meet me here? No, wait.
言霊。やっぱり聞かないのね。
She sighs. She knew it wouldn't, but maybe she had an urge to keep trying, just like he once did.
マナちゃんもだいぶ言霊を乱用したみたいですけど、どうなったんです？
Yeah, let's get a recap because, like, sorry, that was my water bottle. Let's get a recap because it has been a few episodes.
別にこうやって普通に話してるんだから。
Thank you for the
分かりきっ
recap.
てるでしょ。
That was really good.
めでたしめでたし。ご無事で何よりでした。
Maybe I shouldn't have plastic water bottles with me when I record. They do tend to, like, snap, crackle, and pop here and there. And so do I.
じらじらしい。
She's getting scary, so I'd better get down to business.
ところで、少し話は戻るんですけど、あずきさんって、誠さんが言霊で救ったんですよね。そうよ。
She answers me directly.
例えば、また別の誰かが命を落としかけているとき、誠さんはその人を救えますか？
Well, yeah.
無理ね。もう、それだけの命は誠には残っていない。
Well, he himself, no, but...
では、マナちゃんは？私？マナちゃんが誰かを救いたいと思えば、ありえない。
She cuts me off. Her face shows an emotion I rarely see in her. Is this loneliness? No, maybe contrition.
まず、私が誰かを救おうとは思わない。もう、思わない。でも、誠さんは例外でしょ？うん。誠さん自身には無理でも、それでも彼がそれを望んだとき、マナちゃんは手助けしちゃうんじゃないの？例えば、ほら、二人でちょっとずつ力を出し合う、みたいな裏技で。
I try to prompt her, but this time she smiles.
それもないわ。すでに一度、あずきさんを救った時に同じことをして、死にかけだった誠に、私も命を分けて。他にも色々あって、私にも余裕はない。
So how much more do they have left until, you know, they die?
それに、もしも余裕があったとしても、今の私には、自分を犠牲にしようなんて思いがない。誠が死ぬかもしれなくても。そうね。彼に救われたから、自分を無駄にはしない。
I can't help but be surprised. From what I could tell, her strong love for Makoto-san had hinted at an unhealthy level of dependence on him. But now that dependence has turned into trust, I see.
なるほど。
I whisper to myself, impressed. Mana-chan frowns.
あなた、本当は一体何を聞きたいの？企むだなんてそんな人聞きの悪い。ずっと何かを嗅ぎ回ってるじゃない。まあ、ちょっと。
Huh. I might have overstepped my bounds this time. Mana-chan isn't as naive as Makoto-san is. Or maybe Makoto-san just has a soft spot for girls.
あなたたちの言霊でもう誰も救うことができない。それを確認したかったんです。わからないのだけれど、あなた誰か救いたい相手がいるんじゃないの？
It's herself, isn't it?
ええ。それなら今の私の話は不都合なんじゃないの？そうですね。それならなんであなたは笑っているの？あら？
Oops. I must have been smiling without realizing it.
だってまあちょっと。
Well, so much for that. I've gotten what I came for, so I turn and walk away, leaving her in confusion. I don't want anyone to see the grin spreading across my face. Ah, I'm so happy. I mean, she was right that there's someone I'm trying to save. It's just that I want them to die. Interesting, so they will die? I mean, there's other ways to accomplish that sort of goal. You don't have to wait for it to naturally happen. After leaving Mana-chan at the lake, I head straight to the hospital. Not to my house in the back, but into the front door. We're gonna go see what we saw before, huh? The hospital at night is very still. My feet want to skip, but I force them to walk purposefully down the dark hallway. I enter one of the hospital rooms without bothering to knock. Darkness itself lifts its head slowly, painfully. Yeah, here's... Oh, well, this is a different angle this time, it seems. Even that slight movement reeks of arrogance.
遅かった。あなたも挨拶なしか。余裕ないね。
This is who we saw before, right? It has to be.
で、本当に余裕ないんだから。
I suppose I should commend it for not rising to my provocation, but I don't like it when I can't joke around. It makes it harder to hide my anxiety. As I roll my eyes at the thing, I feel my heart rate rise. Okay, I think it is, because she's referring to it as an it, for whatever reason. I think about the meaning of what I'm about to do, the meaning of defying its command, the terror and the joy of it.
さて、報告だね。
I explained Makoto-san's recent disappearance and what I just heard from Mana-chan. Naturally, the darkness in front of me looks increasingly displeased with each sentence.
kotodamaでは、もう私を救えない。少なくとも、マナちゃんはそう考えているみたいだし、否定できる要素はない。あなたは状況を観察しながら、あえて、こうなることを望んでいたように思えるのだけれど、今さら？
I shrug, unable to keep the grin from my face any longer. I'll never sacrifice him for this thing.
あなたが助かる道はなくなった。
Nor for me, I've made sure of it. The darkness clenched its teeth at this.
イカれてる。当たり前じゃない。死ね。
It's a barely audible mutter, but the hatred in it is palpable.
ゴミ。クズ。
Damn.
死ね。
Oh, damn, here we
出
go.
来損ない。人形のくせに。死ね。無能。死ね、死ね、死ね、死ね。
The darkness continues to spit vulgarities under its breath. But they're not even directed at me anymore. It's lashing out at the whole world at this point. I had wanted to push this thing to its breaking point before the end, but at some point I lost interest. Now tormenting it just makes me feel empty. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this kind of thing.
こんなところかな。
Oh well. I've done enough, haven't I? Somewhere a clock strikes midnight. The special hour making the end of the royal ball, or marking, excuse me. The moment when the carriage becomes a pumpkin once more. The darkness impales me with a glare.
消えろ。
I close my eyes. Huh. I release my consciousness to the void. Okay. When I open my eyes, nothing in the room has changed.
そういうこと。
The darkness gazes dully at me. I shrug.
仕方ないよね。ごめんごめん。ホタルも機嫌が悪い時はあるんだよ。
Okay, interesting.
無駄口を叩いていないで。行きなさい。まあ、言霊じゃ無理だって話したけど、なんとかしてみようか。あの人にはまだ
Sorry about that. I start to leave the hospital room. Behind me, I hear a whisper. In it, I feel not hatred like before, but a thin, cold mirth.
人を動かすものは絶望ではなく、愛情。あなたは、何度でも彼に恋をする。
Right. I agree with half of that. It's not hard to struggle against despair, but it's not easy to defy love. As for the other half, I'll go and see him and find out. Oh boy, I have no idea what the fuck is happening. But that's maybe a good thing. It adds to the suspense or some shit like that. What the fuck is this statement? Alright, that's enough of that. We need to get out of here. Alrighty. So, I think you guys want to hear my predictions, right? I mean, we've gone through this whole game with some hints being given to us here and there about the whole Hotaru thing even throughout these routes. It would appear that through our experience with seeing how kotodama deals with giving life to people, how it reacts to, the subconscious and I guess ghosts, this and that, I believe that the person that we've been talking to is, well, as what was directly hinted to us, a puppet. This person that we've been talking to is not necessarily alive, but I could also be wrong about that. It could also be multiple personalities. So how do you use kotodama on a person that has multiple, well, supposedly multiple people within, multiple mentalities? How do you deal with that? It sort of seems as if Hotaru is not just Hotaru. There's another person there, and I think that is the person that Makoto had a little fun with, if you remember that. My dog really has got to stop making noise. It really just spooks the hell out of me. But I think that is the case because it did seem like there was a personality switch at times from the cheerful Hotaru that we've, come to really know to the more serious one that we have very rarely seen, such as that time when we called her up. She was chilling at school and we went there. This person here, supposedly on her deathbed, I don't know who that is, but I feel like that's the person who is controlling the Hotaru, or the person that we know is Hotaru. Not really sure about all that, but if there is some sort of like metaphysical controlling shit like a puppet sort of deal going on, then the person that we know is not necessarily a person, whether they're dead, alive, or whatever. That is what I've kind of come to find out and think about as we've gone through the game. It's really hard to explain what specifically I'm thinking, but I think as we go along here, some more hints will pop up and a clearer picture will begin to kind of show up. So sorry, Mana, for stealing your thunder here in your finale, but yes, it is time for the big old plot here to really get going, and I am excited. I really am. So thank you all for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.